What's up? We back once again. Um, thank y'all for rocking with us since 2012. So I'm going to get some class. Allow your viewers to request to join. What's up, Angel? Yeah. I was on last week. Still recovering from my injury. We're doing pretty good, but it's totally different. Being on, basically one leg, it just sucks so bad. But unfortunately, I was able to get surgery, and it's healing up. It really don't hurt too much, which is odd. But that's probably more than likely because I can't flex my foot. Even when I injured it, I couldn't even. It didn't even hurt. It was a little sore, but I knew I was definitely tore it. But other than that, I've been doing good. So we're gonna have a quick show for you guys today. Not make it too long. Like the phone shows are, which you probably gonna have to get used to for right now. But eventually we'll be able to have studio shows again. It's just I can't drive, I can't do nothing, so it is what it is. What's up, Ms. Graham? Thank you for tuning in. Most definitely got to get some fresh air. Most definitely feel like I'm on house arrest right now. So like this is why I can see why people go down there insane while they in jail, or when rappers go to jail and they say, yeah, I didn't write anything while I was in there. Because there's no motivation. Hold on 1 second. I didn't even have that all the way plugged in. It was probably buzzing. Laura, you think you could close this curtain right quick? It's like a big glare coming in. Thank you so much. It's a lot better. So yeah, I can most definitely see why people, go crazy in jail, house arrest, whatever, because you have no motivation. Like, it's just time. That's all you got. Shit. And you just think about when it's gonna be over with, which I've been thinking about when it's gonna be over with, and I feel like I've been dealing with this for like at least 3-4 weeks, and it's really only been like 2 weeks. It's time moving so slow. And speak of who's moving slow, my coworker is moving real slow. Yeah, thanks. So yeah. Oh, so I wish I could have bowled at the event, but that's what I was looking. That's what I was looking forward to doing at the event is actual bowling, but couldn't even do that. But it looks like everybody else had fun at the event, and I was just blessed to even be able to still go after my injury, because the doctor said I couldn't go anywhere for like the first 3 days. I couldn't. I was supposed to be on bed rest, had my foot up. So only reason why I had went really is because I had a nerve block. So for my knee down was numb. It didn't even feel like I had um, a leg. So that's the only reason I went. But towards the end of the event, it started to wear off and it started to hurt a little bit. Probably by 12 a.m. that night, it started to hurt even more. And then when I woke up in the morning, it was hurting. So I was just blessed to be able to even be able to attend. Um, Thanks, Miss Granberry, for tuning in. Um, you know, Happy birthday once again. Thanks, Ebony, for tuning in. Um, but yeah, Ebony, it was a success, especially for something that we thought of. We basically just thought of, how could we do something? What event? What things? What type of events we can do to do something in the community? We thought of an event. It was like, okay, look, now let's get a charity to be involved with us. Charities didn't respond to emails, or they said they had other events going on. So he said, we know what? We're just gonna have to do it on our own. Then it became finding the venue. Then it became, how are we gonna promote to sell these tickets to the venue? Just a lot of process, a lot of thought and work went into this event, and I'm just glad it turned out the way that it did. Just even the end result, to seeing how I couldn't be there to hand out the book bags. Emmanuel was there, but I seen the pictures and everything, and just to be able to see how happy the kids were to receive a book bag. Just a book bag, though. It wasn't like we was giving out shoes or Jordans. We was giving out book bags, and they were happy just to even get a book bag, which felt really good. So yeah, maybe we can do something in the future on the generosity charity tip, but it might be a minute. Yeah, Angel, she was also there to help hand out the book bags, and she said so many of them were opening them up and their eyes lit up like Christmas. That's good. Yeah, that's most definitely a good feeling to receive something, especially when you don't have it, because those book bags were filled with everything to start the school year off with: pencils, crayons, folders, notebooks, everything. So, and to be able to go through with the full learning experience, you need all of the tools to be able to do it too. So that was pretty good. Angela said, yes, a great event. I'm getting ready for next year. Thanks for my birthday wishes. Yep. Next year, maybe next year. Not sure yet. But we could do something similar. Like, instead of bowling, we might do something else. I have no idea. What can we do? I don't know. A basketball tournament? Stop playing around with me. Never will I play basketball again, except like shoot. I never. Oh yeah. By the way, that's how I got hurt, playing basketball. Never again. I got invited out. So you know what? I have a nice hoop. Usually, since I turned, let me see. I think since I turned like 26, 27, 28, something like that. And I was playing basketball, and I had a slight tear in my other Achilles, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it easy. I'm not gonna drive to the hole. I'm just gonna pass and shoot. I'm not gonna really play defense. That's it. So, I was playing good, hitting threes, deep threes, assists, blocks, playing good D. Pause. Uh, and then I think the score was like 10-8. We had 10, they had 8. And I was thinking about shooting a 3 to end it. But I was like, you know what? I know I can get past my man who guarded me. So I faked to the right, took a step with my left foot to the left towards the baseline, pushed off with my right foot, and all I heard was a pop, and I just fell to the ground. And then right then and I knew it was over with. But I'm like, I just was like, damn, I can't believe this. But I just knew it was gonna happen eventually because my Achilles just been like both of them been bothered, but my right one was bothering me. But I didn't know it was tendonitis at the time. That's what the doctor told me after my injury. But I got up, no pain, and started. I was walking on it, started walking, but I didn't have. I could tell it was all the way messed up because I couldn't like bend it really. I didn't have like any control, and then I just hobbled back. And then my brother-in-law took me to the hospital, to the ER. But one step, one push off is over with. But at least I went down like a champ. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, I really could still hoop, but I just don't want to risk it. That's why I can see why some people who injure themselves, like professional basketball players who injure themselves, and they come back from injury, but they just scared that they're gonna get hurt again. So they might have the explosiveness, but they just scared it's just a conscious thing. Like I probably forever have a conscious thing about that. And so since I had surgery on it, they said it's a 5% chance it can happen again. If I didn't have surgery, it would have been a 20-25% chance, no, or 15-20% chance, something like that, of me injuring it again. So I had to get the surgery, but I'm just worried about the left one. Like I can't be out again. So Emmanuel is finally tuned in, my co-host, and I'm about to add him on in. So I'm not talking to myself. 10 minutes. I feel like uh, I really don't. I'm not a person of any words. Not many words, but any words. So I don't like doing all this talking about myself now. Mm, so yeah, just get healed and get ready for bowling. Yeah, he declined it. So I'm hoping I'm able to like bowl, but bowling is it's all about pushing off, take your steps, but I'm gonna have to like to get that power. Like you gotta walk kind of fast. I don't know. Like I might have to change up my whole form and just bowl slow and just with form. That's what I'm thinking. What? Hold on. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I had to deny it so I could share the show.
Mm, cool. So yeah, I was just telling about my injury, boring stuff. Uh, oh, but I was also talking about the event too. Yeah, that's the hand.
That's some cognac, but my cork just broke inside the bottle. Though I never seen that before.
You got a wine opener.
Mm. Oh, corkscrew. Yeah, probably.
That's right. Like the only way to get
That's
that out.
corny though. I don't like that.
It's
That's
because
weak.
hand ain't never do that, and hand got the. So you trying to say it broke off the top?
Yeah, like it's part of it still there, and the other part is
See, hand. I mean, cognac is like a damn near wine, so you gotta have a cork piece.
It's it's damn sure a fine cognac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't like that.
Well, I just want it.
My bad. I can't see your comments.
You can't. You can't.
Yeah, every time, you know what I'm saying, every time for whatever reason, whenever you run it, I can't I mean, I
You
can see
can't.
it, but I gotta like do some other stuff.
You can't operate without. Even if you scroll over, you can't. Still can't see.
Yeah, but I just gotta like it don't do it like automatically. I gotta do it manually every time.
Uh, I need to. Yeah, you can't operate without comments. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Miss Monroe, Miss Humphrey Monroe, for tuning in to the show. I see you have fun at the event, which was good.
She said she want wrestling tickets.
Oh man, I already denied. I said I didn't want to go. I got asked that what a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. I got asked did I want to go to the wrestling. I said I'm good. I've been too many times now. Like especially on a Monday, I got to work in the morning. That's all I'm thinking about. Raw be what? Raw be over at like 10, 11.
That's a bit late.
Nah. And I like going to the pay per views better. The pay per views is all wrestling, but when you go to Raw, SmackDown, they doing a lot of talking.
Yeah. Well, that's an understatement. Anybody would prefer to go to a pay per view. I'd rather go to a pay per view anything than a regular anything.
Yeah,
I'm over here doing
but
science
I'm like,
experiments.
she clearly enjoyed herself at the last event.
I'm sure she did. She even
Man, I
was
feel
able to
like
join the show.
she did her job well. I feel like I was part of the production. Last
She,
night we ate what they ate.
that's funny. That's funny. All right, we good to go. I wasn't ignoring y'all, just trying to get my extracurriculars. All right, all right, we good. Um, yeah, I gotta swipe over to see the comments or whatever. But anyway, yeah, we glad y'all can. I had a corkscrew attempt, but it for whatever reason it well it just kept breaking off. Like it's a little like a bunch of little tiny chunks. I think it was plotting against me. Luckily, none went back to the bottle, so I'm good there. Yeah, corkscrew is definitely clutch.
Handle
Definitely.
it too.
Um, all right, but yeah, I'm good now. And just say I got to go to the screen and see the comments too. Then they go away. Yeah, I don't know why it go away. That's weird.
Yeah,
It never did that before. Maybe ever since that last update, it kind of do.
see, I can swipe it away and not see them, and then I can swipe it back to see them. But it's probably because I'm controlling the screen. I
Controlling
mean
it.
the stream.
Yeah. So when I did it last week, it was cool because I ain't had to do none of that, so it was all good. I'm just scrolling back up. I see Angel was talking about handing out book bags, so we went rode around and did that yesterday. And yeah, man, like you know, that was the part where I was like, all right, I get it. Like all that work, you know, what I'm saying the months of work and the stressing out about it, or you know, what I'm saying the countless and countless emails, like handing the bags over to the kids was when I finally was like, because even at the event, I'm like, this is fun. Like I don't know if it was as much fun as all the hard work we put into it. I don't know, blah blah blah. Uh, but handing out those book bags yesterday, I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. I get why people do it. It ain't like I don't do nice stuff or what can be considered charity any other time, but just definitely yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like to kind of put a cap on the event. Um, and yeah, if you haven't seen the pictures, definitely go check them out on the Facebook page. Like 100 and something from the event, and then I don't know, maybe I don't know, 15 or so from handing out book bags yesterday. Um, Angel was a big part of that, so thank you to her. She wrote a nice little thing about us in the yeah, on her
Yeah,
page. That's pretty dope.
appreciate it. Most definitely
Um,
appreciate that.
and then so yeah, so we ended up having like all said and done, we're gonna have like 75, 80 book bags that we gave out that was able to give out at the at the end whenever we all the way through. Um, which it was a point where I was like, man, if we do 30, that'd be good. You know what I'm saying? Like we do a classroom, just enough for a classroom of kids, we'll be all right. Or I can live with that, blah, blah, blah. But never did I think we'll reach like 75, 80, 85 book bags, like ever. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, we were only able to do that thanks to y'all that
Like especially
support
just
us.
for people bringing in, especially for people to bring their own book bag. I didn't think we were gonna get that much either. Like I
Right.
thought like most of the people would just pay for admission and then we have to
Mm-hmm.
you know um, get most of the book bags on our own. But people then came through.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And that allow us to spend the majority of the money on supplies, you know what I'm saying, stuff in the book bags and adding snacks to the book bags and um, it's all type of little stuff, man, to help the kids out um, and the parents were super grateful that 'cause we had a couple people that was like I was gonna send them back to school with a regular plastic bag until I was able to what I'm saying, like save up some money to get a book bag and stuff.
Wow,
You know what I'm saying? Like that was a
you hear
legit
that?
thing that
Save
the lady
save
said.
up some money to get a book bag.
To get a book bag, yeah, and supplies and stuff. I guess he might have had, saying anybody can find an ink pen and maybe some paper or something, but as far as like
Right.
having a whole set, she was like, I was, send her back with a regular plastic bag. Um, you know, and so the kids, of course, kids like getting new stuff anyway. Angel said the one kid opened the book bag with like chips. You know what I'm saying? Like he was excited to have chips. Um, But then yeah, like we forget kind of. I don't want to say we forget, but so we make the focus about the kids, but it's also parents out there that's just looking for a little bit of assistance. They just can't do it on their own or whatever their family situation is, just can't do it. And for one day or for a year or however long these book bags last, we was able to fill that void for them. So I'm uh I'm definitely happy about that.
Hmm. I'm most definitely like I don't like uh, I never imagined doing it. Well, I imagined doing it, but I never like thought it through and think it would be done. Like it's just crazy. But we did
Like
it though.
yeah, like 'cause I do like we talked about last week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, people do stuff and volunteer for stuff in that places, and I do the same thing. Like, even if it's giving bus passes to people who can't get on the bus, like what I'm saying, little stuff that ain't nothing to make a video about or nothing like that. Um, but this one was different in the strength that it was something that we did on our own, like that we planned out and then exceeded what we expected. You know what I'm saying? Like just kind of make it mean a little bit more, I guess. Like something that
Hmm.
we planned out. It wasn't like we went and volunteered at a soup kitchen, which is not a bad thing. I'm not saying that, but um, like we don't run the soup kitchen every day. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of mean more when it's something that you actually like your brainchild, and you go and you're able to uh, help in the way that you set out to do in the first place.
Right. And we did it um without any other I don't want to say help because we
Organizations,
did it with help, but organizations.
yeah.
Like before you came on, I was saying that we planned it out and then we tried to hook up with other nonprofit charities. They said no, or they had other things going on, and we did it ourselves. Like,
Oh, blue eyes, my nigga. I did it my way. By the way, I'm glad that it's over on the stream that now we can cuss and talk about the stuff we really want to talk
right, I don't gotta be like August 10th, 6
about.
to 9.
Yeah.
I don't gotta say none of that no more.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy about it, but it's much easier if you don't have to say it all the time.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. But yeah, once again, thank everybody who helped. Thank everybody who came out to the event and donated. And we really appreciate you, and the kids of Cleveland most definitely appreciate you.
So hopefully, we got pictures. It should definitely be up by now. Um, and hopefully we get some more, man. Hopefully, like we gave a big box to a teacher, in Cleveland Public Schools. So hopefully we are, hopefully she'll give us some pictures, take some pictures of her helping out the kids, so we can further, you know, show an example of our reach. You know what I'm saying? And then, with that bigger reach, hopefully your mom liked that old blue eyes. I did it my way. But yeah, just hopefully, because then, like I said last week, and I hate it, but it's important when we do go to these big companies next time. I'm not saying next year, but I'm saying next time when we do go to these bigger companies, that we'll be able to show them, like, look, like we did it without you. You know what I'm saying? Like we was able to do it. Like, so now help us become better. Like help us help more kids than we was able to help. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Let's double it up this time. So instead of going for 80, let's go for 160 or
Right.
200 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't did it without you. Like now give us some help. Like we're a legit thing. Now help us out and help us reach more people. And that's definitely what I'm looking forward to.
Like
Ashley, what's happening?
especially when doing it with the sponsors. Like we could be like, you know, uh, this is what we did with the sponsors that we had, which I'm very grateful for those sponsors who donated. Once again,
For
the
sure.
people were happy. People were happy to win, especially the Grove. We won 4 baskets. Like,
Hey,
I ain't never seen nobody wear four baskets at a charity
that's all I
event.
could talk about. That's all I could talk about last week because I couldn't understand it. Like I'm like Ashley won two things and the dude that won the one, but he won two, back to back. That was crazy. I'm like, but the
Yes.
Grove won the 50-50 and like 3 baskets, man. Like
Oh, he did win a
that's crazy,
50-50.
man. He won the
Like
50-50 too.
like he came, I seen him coming down the stairs. I'm like, oh, I didn't know the Grove was coming.
Me
And
neither. He messaged me, but I ain't had no servers in there. Like nobody did.
hmm so he came to the door. I'm like, oh, what's up? He said, I had to support. I had to come out. So I seen him over there, by the table. I look over, Angel just sold him like at least 40, 50 tickets.
No, I think he bought 20 tickets, man. I think he bought 20 tickets,
I seen like just
and
a big long thing of the raffle
man,
tickets. I'm like,
all, all I know is he like, man, look, this is a great day for me. Like, I got to drop off some bags and help some kids. He said, I spent 20 on tickets. I was able to make my money back and leave with more. I'm like, well, obviously you winning, my G. Like you winning. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? Like so, I know we talked about the event last week, y'all, but Mr. Jones wasn't on here.
yeah,
Um,
like so. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
like yeah. Next time we decide to do an event, when we go to people to help us, like sponsors or different organizations or something, we could be like, look, we did this before on our own. This is the result, but we know the result would be a little bigger with your help. So
Let me see. Angel said she said, I'm most surprised at how appreciative and excited the kids were. I'm telling you, they were happy to get their favorite color or theme. It was really a good thing that you guys did. So thank you again, Angel. Thanks for your words and posts. And if you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure I shared it, but go to her page and check it out. And yeah, that is like a selfless plug or whatever. Um, uh, but yeah, man, like the kid, all except for two kids, man. So everybody else was like like saying thank you and they didn't mind taking pictures and the parents was thankful. All except for two kids, man. One parent and then 2 kids like that, you know.
That
So
did
the
say
the
thank you.
parent, no, they all said thank you. Well, the parent said thank you. She was looking for like specific stuff. Like she's like, oh, we had like a Minecraft book bag that had like a lunch bag with it, and like a water bottle and all this stuff. And then she wanted 2. She wanted one for um for her daughter that wasn't there, which is cool. I had no problem with that. So I'm like, I let the little girl have the first pick, and she's like, you don't got no more with a lunch bag? I'm like, it's a free book bag with supplies in it. Like, just pick a bag, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, well, we got Spider-Man, we got Black Panther with a lunch bag. Like, it's for a girl though. I'm like, lady, like I don't know what you want me to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you a free book bag. Take the book bag, or don't take the book bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna be picky
Right.
like that because you don't have a lunch box, like, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
most book
Like
bags don't come
you
with
just being
lunch
ungrateful
boxes.
at that point.
Right.
No, and she was
Most
already in
book
the
bags
store. Like,
don't
I
come
don't
with
want to
lunch
spend this
boxes.
much on the lunch bag. Man. So take the book bag, swap the book bag, like for somebody that got the lunchbox or something. Like, I don't know what to tell you, like, but don't be picky over here when we just doing our part. Like, she was really like, you don't got nothing else with a book. No, you looking at what we got? Like, I don't got nothing hidden in the trunk. Like, this is what we got.
Like you could get a neutral book bag. Like girls like Spider-Man too. Come on.
The Spider Man or the Black Panther, nigga. What? I don't know, kids, male or female, old or young, that don't like the Black Panther. Like, that was the hottest thing
Right.
moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was so adamant. And then you had man. Then you had the 2 kids, 2 kids, man. So the one, so like Angel would go in like stores and stuff and like let them know we got book bags, like let the parents know, let the kids know. And we so little girl come out like she's like yeah, she was saying you got book bags. Yeah, you need a book bag for school and stuff. She like she's like, well, she's like, no, I think I'm all right. First I'm like, well, why'd you come out here then? I don't understand. And then she ran
Hmm.
back in the store. Then her little brother come out to the car like, yeah, like I need a book bag. I'm like, cool. I let him pick it or whatever. He picked like the Avengers one or something. Give him the book bag. He go back in the store. Angel come out. We talking whatever, just in there, waiting for more kids to show up or whatever, like just hanging out. Um, and then like the girl come out like, oh, I do need one. That's right, I do need one. I'm like, okay. Well, go ahead and grab your book bag. She grabbed the book bag. Her brother come out and like give us the book bag back. And I'm like, what? Like, what's happening? Like, what y'all doing? So
Hmm.
he like, nah, I just need. He like, this nigga's like, nah, I just needed some things out of there. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? He's like, nah, I just needed the crayons, and I'm gonna take this ink pen right here. I'm looking like, what? Like, take the whole, just take. Like, don't do that. Like, just take the whole book bag and do whatever you're gonna do with it. Like, so the girl's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I just really need coloring materials. So like, I'm gonna take the crayons. I'm gonna take these 2 markers. And that's about it. Nigga, I'm like. Look, I was almost through at that time. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, we had been out. It had been raining yesterday. We had been out like for hours. Like that was all I lie to you. That was I almost was like, you know what? We're gonna go drop these book bags off at a church, or I think Angel said like drop them off at a church or something. I was almost through. Like, nigga, this is why I don't do it all the time. These kids, this is just ridiculous, man. This is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, like dealing with kids that young, you just shake your head like y'all don't understand shit
Yeah,
at all.
like I couldn't believe it. Like you know what I'm saying, and I get it. Like, everybody ain't had the same living conditions that we had when we was growing up and all this stuff. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But like, a nigga pulled down. Come on, man. Now, you remember 90th? You remember
Hmm.
when you got to like around 4th of July time, the nigga come through with the box show with the fireworks. I mean, you
Hmm.
you wasn't allowed to do none of this stuff because your parents didn't play that. You know what I'm saying? But like, nigga come through with like the box truck with the fireworks, or the nigga come through selling like meat and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and nigga out here giving deals. You know what I'm saying? Like, giving deals. And you know what I'm saying? And like, even then, I'm like, I ain't turning nothing down. Like, what do you mean? I'm not
Hmm.
turning nothing down, nigga. I know we don't got no food in the house, or nigga, I know like it's tough. Like this is it. You know what I'm saying? Money
Hmm.
tight. These fireworks is all I'm gonna have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't turning nothing down. And then you know, like we had a couple kids that thought that we was like selling the book bag. This is before them kids, by the way. They thought we
Mm-hmm.
was like selling the book bag. I'm like, no, I ain't selling. I'm like, I ain't out here slinging book bags, my G. Like, if you need a book bag, you can have a book bag. You know what I'm saying? So he took one, and you know, he dabbed me up. He was cool. He was appreciative. You know what I'm saying? Then I think he had like a younger brother that came out, and he was kind of nervous at first too, but he ended up getting the bag. So all that, I'm cool with all that and being timid. And
Right. It's like kids.
at the same time, nigga, what them kids did was unheard of. Like, I almost canceled it. I was like, well, this is it. And then we probably had like 10 bags left or something. I was ready to wrap it up. We're just gonna drop them off. And whatever happens, happens, man. It was crazy, man. Crazy. Angel said they zipped up the bag and threw it back. Oh yeah, the little boy zipped it up and threw it back in the car. And the little girl, like she unzipped it in front of her, like, nah, I'll take a couple of these markers. Give me the crayons. Like I was just sitting there in like disbelief. Like, I couldn't believe it, man. Good thing we had extra crayons and stuff to refill the stuff. I'm like, if you just needed that stuff, just let us
Mm-hmm.
know. Like if it's something simple or whatever, like we'll go in the store and buy it. Like uh if you needed a 3-ring binder, we had none of those. Like I'll buy you a 3-ring binder. Like don't take the book bag and gut it and then give it back to us. I couldn't understand it, man. These kids was insane, man.
Like
These kids are
that's some
insane.
real little kid hood shit. Like I don't need the book bag, but I need these crayons. I'm trying to color, and I need some pens and some clear pencils or something.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. At that, like I said, at that point, I was almost ready to call it quit. I was in the mood. I was feeling good. I'm like, cause like I said, the dude that thought we were selling them and all that stuff, I was cool with all that, man. I was in a good mood. Them 2 kids, I was like, I'm out of it. I'm out. I
Mm-hmm.
was ready to hang it up, man. We was able to get out the rest of them. Angel said one girl needed one. It was her birthday. Yes, she turned 8. We're going to like the 3rd grade or something. She was super happy. She picked the one with the blue bow. Oh yeah, yeah. She's like, it matches my clothes. I'm like, well, I guess you're gonna wear this shirt every day if that's all you're going by. But it was her birthday. She was able to get a book bag, and her grandma or whoever was thankful too. So it ended up working out. Like, that's what I'm saying. At that place, like, we had a lot of good stories and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, but then them little kids almost ruined it for everybody. Single handedly.
was
Single handedly almost ruined it for everybody.
was that girl on my street that Angel was trying to hunt down? Was she appreciative?
She yeah, she was a little picky, which is fine. Like because we wasn't like forcing people like, here, you got to take this one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of our fault. 'Cause, kids can be, super choosy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she ain't really need one either. Cause first she's like, nah, I got one. It's like, oh, I really like that one though. So she just sat by the car for a minute, like, man, I wish I could have that one. Like, just doing the little kid thing, trying to give you the sad face, like,
Yeah.
boy, if only I could have that one. Like, I'm like, if you want the bag, you can have the bag. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? If you want the bag, you can have the bag. And she we had 2 bags that was similar. They was pretty much the same, but one had like a little bow, and the other one had like a white girl on it. And she wanted the one with the white girl until she seen the white girl, and then she's like, "No, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
that one. I don't want that one anymore. Give me the other one." And I was like, "Well, okay, I see what you're saying out here on Lakeshore. I see." Um, but yeah, no, overall, it's pretty good, man. The first couple of people we stopped, like, we went to different rec centers, Fairfax and uh, I can't think. We went to Woodland Rec and um, not Martin Luther King, Thurgood. Like we went to a couple spots. We just found some kids
Mm-hmm.
that was on Huff, found some kids on Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Like we literally just drove around the city handing out book bags, and it was pretty dope, man. Pretty dope.
That's that's what's up, man.
Yeah. So I don't know. So that
Like,
made me feel good, but I'm not ready to commit to another one
yeah.
next year. It might go every 2 years or something. We
Like
have
if
to
we
figure it out, but.
And if we did commit, like, it's either like we'll probably have to change something. Like we'll learn from this one. We'll probably have to change something about it or do something different in bowling. Something.
For sure, we'll definitely have a different. Everything will be a little bit different. It'll be more reasonable, I guess, price wise. Like we'll try to do something where maybe it's just a book bag thing, and maybe we'll grill out in the park and just have some food or something. I don't know. I'm not even thinking
Hmm.
about it because at this point we ain't having one, so I'm not even gonna use the brain power. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Andrew says she want to be our event planner, so
Hey, if you want to be the event
we can
planner,
make that
that's
happen.
cool. I ain't trying to. I ain't trying to be in charge of nothing. Hey, it'd be dope if we could team with like a restaurant or a bar or something, and they do all the food. We ain't gotta worry about it.
Yeah, then we could just plan a party. That's what Epiphany Media all about. We're trying to plan parties out here. Um, but I've seen some people do it this year that was kind of in the same boat as us. Like, well, first time around. So I think if we was to do it again, I think we'll have I know a different way to move about it.
Hmm.
And I don't know. And we got some great fans, so I'm sure that y'all help us out and be a part of it anyway. So I ain't even worried about that part. Let me see. Andrew said those boys were so mannerly. First stop, shook our hands. Oh, it was cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We stopped at Fairfax with our first stop, and I don't know what that is. That Fairfax with our first stop, and people were setting up for fish fries and all type of stuff out there. Seeing like three boys and maybe a grandmother or something yelling at them. So I knew I'm like, oh, this takes me back. Grandmother yelling at you at the park. This takes me back. And like she was super appreciative and happy, and she gave us like pops and all type of stuff to chill with, to take with us. So that part was pretty cool. Yeah, them kids was nice, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Um,
So
but
yeah,
yeah,
the
so
event. After this, we
yeah,
ain't gonna
that's
never talk about it. Don't ask
yeah.
questions.
When I ain't never talking about it again. The only thing I want to talk
Like,
about is Teespring and our store and buying merch and the next step. But I don't want to
see.
keep looking back. But
Oh no, I was just gonna say a couple people bought some hats at the event. Um, which is dope. We trying to have a little bit of apparel people to buy. Um, T-shirts are a reasonable price, like 19 bucks for a T-shirt. Very reasonable, and it's a high quality T-shirt. Whenever try to say we do some cheap shit, high quality tee for 19. It's not bad, but it got me thinking like, should I make the should I have made the price you know more than what it is so people won't think that it's not quality? I don't know. People go by
no,
quality by price at the same time.
yeah, people are idiots sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? Like if you read the description, you can see. You know what I'm saying? If you know anything about your clothes and your tri blends or your 100%, you know what I'm saying? Like it's easy to figure out, but people do just go off the price sometimes, and you know those people are not geniuses. I don't know. They're
Right.
not stupid, but they're not geniuses either.
Right. If the description say a premium T-shirt, it's a premium T-shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Hold on. Your mom said, get with the news media. They'll help spread the word next year. We'll work. We'll work with AJ Kickoff. I know the principal. I don't know who AJ Kickoff is.
AJ Rickoff.
Did I read it wrong? Oh, she spelled it wrong.
Yeah. AJ, AJ on I think Martin Luther King. I think that's what it said.
Oh, the school.
Yeah.
Well, we had
Hey, if we ever get on the news, like say goodbye. Think about a
Man.
$19 shirts.
They man, I found some so gearing up to go pass out book bags. There was so much good news like that I heard. Like, I don't watch the news ever. I was watching local news on Saturday. There's so much good news happening around the city, man. It made me feel good that I was out, able to go right behind them and do that. Like people was, like some neighborhood got like a new park. I forgot the neighborhood. Got a new park and like it's like a store that's open like 3 days a week, and people pay $5 for the year. You know what I'm saying? And they can come in there like homeless people or whatever, like low income people. $5 for
Hmm.
the year, and you can come and pick up whatever you need, whether it's clothes or soap or shampoo. And you can pay. You don't got to pay the five up front. Like you can pay it in 50-cent increments if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't remember the name of the store, but I'm gonna do some research and find out how to reach out because I think that's one of the coolest things I've ever heard of.
Like that's great.
Yeah,
$5.
like, $5 for the year, and it ain't like you got to pay five up front. You can go five, $1. You know what I'm saying? Like any increments. You say you can bring pennies if you
Hmm.
want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm.
like, man, that's dope.
There's a lot of good stuff like that around the city. Like for people who trying to fix up their house, they got that Habitat for Humanity resale. I think it's called a resale store. They got one on the west, like off of Lorraine somewhere, like 100 or 98th, 100, something like that over there. Then they got
You got
one
one in North
on the
Randall,
east. Yeah, two on the
one in
east actually.
Warrensville. Yeah.
One in I think the other one in East Lake. But yeah, people who need I don't know light fixtures, fans, window, whatever, something that like would normally
Doors,
cost
man,
a
they got
lot.
all type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you can go ahead and get you something for a reasonable price. But yeah, the city of
Cause that's what.
Cleveland. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, go ahead.
I said the city of Cleveland, as everybody should know by now, is not a rich town. Really, it's a lot of people who like Cleveland is the type of city. If you make $30,000, like rich, damn near like
I don't know
you can
about rich,
survive.
but yeah, you could live making about 30. You could do okay making 30 in Cleveland. Like, it's crazy. Like, but just a little bit more than like, let's say you're making 36.
Hmm.
Like, you could be comfortable in Cleveland making 30, like comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Making
Hmm.
36. I don't make nowhere
Comfortable.
near. I don't think I make 36 now, and I'm doing
Hmm.
okay. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I'm doing decently.
Exactly.
And I don't make 36.
Like if you made 36, you could probably most definitely have your car note. Pay rent on your apartment and put some nice shit in your apartment if you wanted to. Still, like go on a yearly trip or something, and you'll be good. And your bills paid. You'll be good.
Right. Exactly. Um, Byron did make it on reality TV, giving out fake ass advice. Oh, well, you know how love be or whatever, whatever the fuck you said. I look like what? It's funny though, 'cause I remember you telling me when they was putting it in the cameras and stuff. Yeah, well, love can be a tricky thing or whatever, whatever you said.
But
Like,
that's
I'm dying. I'm like that shit was weird.
yeah, yeah. It's the most famous line from that show. Well, surprises are always good in a relationship.
Yeah, like, I know. Yeah, that's funny.
like
It's ridiculous.
like reality shows is good for nigga, watching. Like it's not reality. Like don't believe none of that love and hip hop, uh, Housewives of Atlanta, like that shit. I don't think none of that shit is real. If everything fake, or if it is real, like it's scripted, real. I don't fucking know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's damn sure weird. When I seen it though, I'm like, what is happening? What is happening right now, man? That shit was funny.
Hey,
But yeah, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, but like I'm just mad. Like I didn't bring my ePIFFany Scully because I was about to because it was kind of cold that day, and but I didn't bring it. But I didn't know what I was getting into at the time, and yeah, I pulled up. They talking about You want to be on TV for what? That's what niggas for. Like what? For what show? They didn't
Suspicious,
even have.
man.
Yeah, they didn't even have a name for the show. It was like, yeah, it's gonna be on A&E, and I've been looking for it on A&E, but I guess it's on Lifetime. But I guess A&E own them or something. And like, I didn't even know it aired. Like it aired 4 episodes, 5 episodes ago. I didn't even know. Like I would have. The people would have never told me. I would have never known
That's
for real.
funny.
They
That's
said it
too
was gonna
funny.
premiere in the fall, but it premiered
In the summer?
in the summer. But it's
No,
cool
they don't
though. I
care.
mean, it's cool though. I didn't think they was gonna have me talking. I was like, you know what? It's dark in here. They probably ain't even gonna do it. But I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I just wish I had that Epiphany Scully on.
Angel said that they pay. Hey, um, Angel, because Angel said that they pay. I said no. You got to pay for your job. But
Right.
what would have been dope, I would have had to sue or something. Now you would have wore Scully, and we ain't get no royalties. I would have filed a lawsuit,
You know what?
and that would have been dope. That would have really been sweet.
In the contract that they had you to sign for with the release or whatever,
Oh, the release form. That's
like it
right.
said
Okay.
that you can't come back and try to get money from this, or like you can't take them to court, none of that.
It's the release form. I forgot about the release form.
So they pretty much got themselves protected. But um, yeah, when you
Yeah.
saw those papers,
Yeah.
you signing your life over.
Yeah, I know this ain't their first rodeo. This is my first rodeo though. I was gonna take it to the top. Um
But trust me, I was trying to get. I was
yeah.
like, "Man, it'd be nice, but it worked out. It came at the perfect time. The event it was all during the
Oh
week
yeah, for
leading
sure.
up to the event.
For
So
sure.
I got hurt. That was something to talk about. Then I was on TV. Then we
Just
had the
give it
event. So
yeah, I like that. Just give it a little bit of a push. I like that. But yeah, man, like I'm super glad. I'm glad we was able to help some people. I'm glad that the event over, so now we can talk about the shit we want to talk about, and like, I do want to keep talking about good news, like good stuff that's going on in the city or in the area. Like Angel said, that story I was just talking about is down in Barberton. Um, like that's dope. Like I want to keep talking about stuff like that. And for the record, and like we had some shows where we wasn't talking about the most positive thing, but that's because we had 30 some people dying a weekend and all this other stuff going on in the world where it's kind of crazy. So I do kind of want to keep shedding light on the positive stuff, but I also want to talk about, man, this unbelievable stuff that's going on in the news. And we had started talking about it earlier a little bit about, you know, uh, Jay Z and his new
mm.
partnership. This is kind of a transition, y'all. I tried to do better, but it was bad.
well,
It was a bad transition.
when you said blue eyes, my nigga did it my way. I thought the transition was coming.
Yeah, but we were still talking though. It just fits so well, and your mom liked that line, so it worked out. That was it, but we still had stuff to talk about. So I had to tell you about those two. Uh, I don't want to call them bad kids, but the two kids though, 'cause that was ridiculous.
Mm.
But yeah, so for those of y'all that missed it, uh, Jay Z, the billionaire, um, signed a deal with the NFL, a large money deal with the NFL, um, to be in charge of like their entertainment division or something like that, like for the Super Bowl and certain things throughout the year. Um, and JG's been critical of the NFL in the past, as far as like the stuff that went on with Colin Kaepernick and equality, and how it was big news that he said no to when they asked him to perform at the Super Bowl, and he was telling other people not to perform for the Super Bowl and all this stuff. And then he signed a deal with him. So a lot of people call him a hypocrite and saying that
Cocoon.
he sold out Colin Kaepernick and all this stuff. And personally, I think that some of these people are out of their mind. Like, what you
Mm-hmm.
think about it? What you think about it, though?
Yeah, I'm on that. I mean, I don't blame people for their assertions and their opinions or how they feel about the situation. But at the same time, this is Hove. Like, what other black man do you know has that much power where the NFL would say we're gonna do a partnership with you and your company? Like, none. Like, you're not gonna find not one.
After you turn them down, you like, I'm not performing for you because I don't
Exactly.
like
He
what
said,
you're
"I'm
about.
good.
Yeah,
I'm
then
good."
they're like, you know what? I like this guy. He has moxie. Yeah, he has moxie.
Like if you look at the videos of him and Roger Goodell talking, like Roger Goodell looked like that nigga is starstruck. Like, this is Jay-Z. Like Jay,
Hove.
like this is the person who just was talking about white people in America and gentrification. The nigga said, Jews Jews own all
Jews
the
don't
property in
have
America.
to all the property in America.
This is Hov, man. And you happy to do a deal with this guy because you already know, what he could possibly bring as far as attention. Because they lost a lot of black viewership, and they lost a lot of what I want to say white. I'm gonna say white nationalist viewership because you know what I'm saying. He ain't. They got Kaepernick kneeling. NFL was they hated that. And then Kaepernick gone now, so you got Black Lives Matter people who are black people who hate that, so they lost a lot of viewership. Yeah, Papa John's nigga, racist
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. The NFL went through it, man.
Mm-hmm. So they had that black representation other than the players and one coach is needed. You
Is
know,
it just one coach? I think it is. I think it might
no,
just be one coach.
well you
It's
got
only a couple
Mike,
though. It's
you
less
got
than.
Tomlin, and then you got probably like one or two other people maybe.
It used to be more until this past season. Like now, I know it's less than five now.
But all the players on the
Um.
field, most
So
of the
what
players,
you so what you think? You think you think he sold out for the NFL? Like you think he not what I'm saying like that he just did it for the money?
all right, let me give you my spiel. All right, like first of all, this is Hov who grew up in the projects. All right, that's where he came from, but that's not the same Hov no more. Like he's a billionaire. Like he's on a different type of level than what
Like a
anybody.
real live B though.
And the 98% of the whole country like is never experienced being a billionaire. So he's on a whole different level now. So he owns Rock Nation. He has the capital investment company as well. So he's always looking to make moves. So with this, of course, he's gonna make some money now. You know what I'm saying? But
Big money.
when the news first broke, everybody had their assumptions, but then they showed the video, and then you had Charlemagne grilling him exactly. How do you think black people feel about this? And he said, you know, everybody know what the kneeling is about now. Ask people in the room, the kneeling is about police
You know
brutality.
what it's about? You know what it's about? You know what it's about?
So and then he said, but we passed that. I don't think he was saying like we passed that, like it's over protesting. He was like, yeah, you can, like there's two type of things you can protest, and then what he say, you can you can do other things to try to make change. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something like that, and that's what I think you're doing. You ain't when like you never seen whole protests, but you seen him show up for different injustices going on around the country, as far as like him providing legal services
For
or
free.
donating money. Yeah,
Yeah.
donating money, all that type of stuff. So I mean, you can't say that he's just doing it in a different way. He's not out there like Ti, in the streets protesting. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's a different level to him. But as far as but with the deal, he said, he's gonna create a forum, so the players can have a voice, which is good. But I really want to see what he's gonna do with that. Are they really gonna speak out against the league
On their own
on the
platform,
league
yeah.
show? You know what I'm saying? Or um, I don't know how that's gonna be, but then they said, you know, the halftime music is gonna change, which is cool because I never pay attention to the halftime show because it's
Especially at the
trash.
Super Bowl, it's
Like
trash every
Justin
time. Except
Timberlake, you know, huh?
so especially at the Super Bowl, the last one I watched was like the beginning of the Beyonce one. And that's because it's
Yeah,
Beyonce. You gotta watch it at least a little bit.
like Justin Timberlake. Don't get me wrong. That that one the one album, not the second album that Timberland produced, but the first one. What is it called? Yeah, futuristic sex sounds love, whatever
Sex
it's called.
sounds or whatever. Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember what it's called, but that album is raw. But nigga, this performance was like horrible, like horrible to the point was like, you know what? I said to the wife, we ain't going to the concert. Like I don't know about seeing him live. Like I'm just not feeling him. But like hopefully he'll bring better music to the halftime show because maybe I'll watch it now. But then you have more information leaked out that he's been planning this deal for over a year now, which would mean, you know, since the Super Bowl, since people they start talking about the Super Bowl, and he said no, then they've been having this conversation back and forth. And then people was like, you've been doing this for a year. And then he said that he talked to Cap, and Cap said no, or Kaepernick said no, didn't talk to him. And then what's Kaepernick from? Eric Reed or whatever his name is. What's his name?
Eric Reed. Yeah. Eric, is it Eric Reed or Andre Reed or something?
Like his sucker for the like I always thought he was a sucker for the league, the deal that the league gave him, but because he was like going back and forth debating and everything. I think he was a sucker for what the
Eric, by
deal,
the way.
and then he was salty that Hove got a better better deal to be able to you know speak his voice, but then it came out that Hove about to be a part owner, and it's like, oh, you about to be a part owner, not like people don't even want you to make money with anything. But I could see why people are like, oh, you just doing this just to be a part owner. But like, Hove can do whatever he want to do because he got the money to buy a stake in the team. So, but that's pretty much how I
This what
feel. But I
this
can
this
see,
why I'm.
I don't think he ain't do no wrong yet. I ain't saying Hove can't do no wrong, but he ain't do no wrong as uh, doing doing business.
Business, yeah. The way I feel about it is that uh, this Eric Reed dude is out of control. So not only can he not say nothing because him or Kaepernick, and Kaepernick haven't said something, but Eric Reed actually spoke out about it. You know what I'm saying? But him or Kaepernick don't got the right to say nothing about nobody selling out or nothing when they both took a plea, not a plea deal. They both settled out of court instead of taking it all the way to the top. Like if it wasn't about money for them suing the NFL, then they would have kept going. You know what I'm saying? But they both settled
Mm-hmm.
for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like so, I don't want to hear nothing about nobody talking about. Um, he sold out. You know what I'm saying? He sold out Kaepernick and all this stuff. When nigga Kaepernick himself settled out of court. Like, if it ain't about the money, if it's about the principle and right versus wrong, nigga, no amount of money besides what you going there for is gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's first off. I don't want to hear nothing from Eric Reed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
On top of the fact, even after he was suing the NFL, he went back and played. Like a lot of people focus on Kaepernick, but he was a part of the lawsuit and he was playing in the NFL while he's suing the NFL. You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
like
Like so.
that's funny to me.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that it's just funny
Go
to
ahead.
me that you can sue your employer and still work. Like I
Why
never
are you
just
working for
unheard
him?
of.
Yeah. That's like your job firing you and you suing them for wrongful termination while you still working. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You know
Like
what
I
I'm saying?
think
So first,
no, go ahead. Finish your thing.
I just don't. First of all, I don't want to hear nothing from Eric Reed. I don't want to hear nothing from Kaepernick, even though Kaepernick haven't said anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and say what you're gonna say, and I'll go on to my next part.
Um. Oh, but speaking on Kaepernick, I could see why he was like, "Oh, Hove didn't talk to me about the deal," but I'm pretty sure Hove talked to you. Like y'all had a conversation, but it wasn't about the deal.
Even if he didn't, like, first off, I haven't heard anything that Jay-Z and Kaepernick is best friends or he what Dame Dash was, or he what Kanye is. The whole like nigga like I don't have to get a deal approved by Colin Kaepernick to sign. Like if the NFL came to us today, I mean, we ain't gonna be like we got to see what Cap got to say before we can take the deal. Like, don't get me
Right.
wrong. What happened to Kaepernick is fucked up. I completely agree with that. But at the same time, nigga, that's Cap's path. Like I can't change my path for his path. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't exchange it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All I can do is walk my path, and I can say what I want to say about whatever along my path, or you know what I'm saying, along my way. But I don't have to get. Nigga, I'm a businessman. Like I don't have to get nothing approved by Kaepernick. Like Kaepernick ain't on my team. I think what
Exactly.
happened to him is messed up, but I don't have to get it approved by Colin Kaepernick in order to be like, okay, now everybody's cool with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what people forget is that, like you said, like how Jay-Z was asking, like, do you know what the kneeling was about? Like, this wasn't about Colin Kaepernick's job. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
about social injustice, like police brutality. That's what it was about. It wasn't about Colin Kaepernick. Like, it got tied together because he ended up getting blackballed or whatever. But this was it was never about his job. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't like he was out there getting roughed up by the cops or whatever, and then it bled over to the NFL. He took a stance on his own merit, which is hella commendable, like to the fullest extent. But this wasn't about his job. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
None of this stuff was about his job.
I'm pretty sure a lot of the other players feel the same way about the issues that he talking about, but they're like, nigga, I got a family, I got niggas to feed. Like I'm not about to risk my job
Yeah,
for stuff. You know, it's cool. Like protesting is cool, but protesting gonna have you either gonna get hit in the head with a billy club or you ain't gonna have no job. Like
yeah,
you see the white supremacists, white nationalists protesting down in when they was protesting in Charlottesville, niggas then uh put the HD focus on their face and got people fired from their jobs. Like you want to protest, you gonna
yeah.
get fired. Like
Yeah, like yeah, and which is a part of it. Like you gotta, if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna put your face out there, you're gonna put your name out there. Even with some of the stuff that we say on this show, that's nowhere near as controversial or whatever. Like I mean, you gotta be willing to own it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that you chose to do. You gotta be willing to own it, to stand by your comments, like or to stand by your actions. Like you gotta be willing to own it. You know what I'm saying? And Colin Kaepernick was willing to own it. And like I said,
hmm
I think what happened to him is messed up. But I don't have to get nothing approved by Colin
hmm
Kaepernick to do a deal. Now I'm with you
hmm
though. Like this can go a couple different ways. You know what I'm saying? But it also can go like or a couple different ways. Like it can go wrong. Like Hov can do some wild stuff
hmm
and lose respect in the community or whatever. Um, or he can do it the other way, and he can do some other so also wild shit like help Meek Mill get out of jail. Like you know what I'm saying, like stuff that you don't think that somebody like the reach that some people have. You know what I'm
hmm
saying, but he got that reach, man. Like he got that reach. So it could go either way. Like this ain't like this is the equivalent of Steve Harvey. You know I hate that nigga, but Steve Harvey and Kanye West going to meet with Donald Trump right after he got elected, right?
hmm
So Steve Harvey like, yeah, the Obamas asked me to come and to be a bridge, like a transitional bridge. Steve Harvey had that meeting. He didn't say nothing about it. He didn't say nothing about a plan. He didn't say nothing about nothing that went on in the meeting, nothing. You know what I'm saying? He went over there talking about um, uh, I'm here to find out some information that make it a smooth transition and this and that. But you never told us nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like you never told us anything about what's next or what's to come or anything like that. Like you just did nothing. You sat back and did nothing. You
Because
know what I'm saying?
we went to the meeting and was like, oh, like nah, I shouldn't be here. You already knew
But
what
it's
it
too
was gonna
late
be
though.
about. hmm
It's too. Hey, for the record, I want to see something funny. Go back and watch the interview after that, like when they both were standing like downtown in Trump Tower, and Trump was talking. Steve Harvey was sitting there looking like an idiot because he's an idiot, man.
hmm
Like, but even if you feel like the dude is an idiot, like go speak on it, go say something. But you don't want to mess up your money, but you can't speak on somebody else messing up or not messing up their money as well. Because you ain't
hmm
come out and speak, you ain't come out and say nothing about Trump either.
hmm
or about the meeting, like, at all. So I don't want to hear Steve Harvey saying nothing either. Not saying he did, but anytime I could take a shot at that nigga, I do.
Hmm. So yeah,
so so
I
I
mean,
just don't. We could go a bunch of different ways, and I just feel like to quote Jay Z, what do you say? He said, "I can't help the poor if I'm one of them, so I got rich and gave back. To me, that's the win-win." Like, so
hmm
in order to get people on that level, like, what I'm saying, like, you have to get, like, somebody had to get to that level. Now you can reach back and pull somebody up with you. Like, now you can go, what I'm saying, like, now you can do anything. Like, now once, but somebody has to get there. Like, you have to be in the boardroom. Like, you have to be in the meetings to find out what's the strategy that they're doing against you, or at least to have your voice heard, like the voice of the community
hmm
heard, and then you go from there. Like, so before anything even happened, to be like, oh, the whole sold out and this and that, like, y'all just hating. That's just what it
hmm
comes down to. And
because
they ain't even well, let me just say this last thing. And I hate the word hating for what it become, as far as like anybody got an opinion or something is hating. But this is actually hating when nothing has even happened yet. Like, at least give
hmm
a man a chance to fail before you be like, oh, I
hmm
knew he was on some bull. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but nothing happened yet. Like, they just announced it. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Like, they already like, oh, this nigga, oh, I can't. How dare he make
hmm
money? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Come on,
See,
man. It's wild.
um, okay, I mean, most of these billionaires that own these teams, you know, like you could, I'm just, you could say they probably never been around, even though they signing black people to play for their teams. They probably never going to understand the black plight, of course, because they're not black. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't understand the black plight and why these players have certain issues with certain things, then you will understand. Like when the NBA did that dress code thing, and everybody had to wear suits, like you couldn't wear regular clothes to the game. Like nigga, why can't I just come to the game? Like why can't I? Oh, because you're getting tired of seeing people wearing do rags and this and that, but you don't understand that's the culture. But at the same time, nigga, yeah, you going to work. You should dress up like some niggas was out of control with it, but you know,
But that was
but
the
then
time though, like, nigga, the baggy shorts, baggy jeans, leaving a rap video, like, that was the culture. That was
mm-hmm,
the time though. So I
right,
get it, you know what I'm saying? And for the record, the shit they do today is weird. The
mm-hmm.
James Harden, Russell Westbrooks, LeBron James wearing skirts and all, like, that's weird to me. I don't like that either. Like, find me a middle ground, man. Like, that's weird to me.
So, they got like I know Dwayne Wade and LeBron got the same stylist, and I don't know. I just have to wear what I want to wear. But anyways, um, oh so you got Jay-Z in the room now who understand. He gonna understand the issues and that the players have. Not even about the pledges to kneel and stuff, but just other little things that going on in the league. I mean, he'll have that voice. Now when he do a part owner for the team, which means he'd probably be able to go to the owners meetings at the end of the year or beginning of the year whenever they have it. I know it's they have it in the summer, so he'll be there and he'll be able to express his voice. Now, if you got everybody in the room saying, fuck that kneeling thing, and if you kneel, I'm kicking you off my team. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna sound like a racist owner. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like players not even gonna want to come to your team just because of the owner. LeBron, why you think he not in Cleveland? Because it's the owner. The owner, he does not like the owner. That's why he is not here in Cleveland. They don't even have to do with nothing with Cleveland, and he won the championship. So it's like I don't even need to stay here, but I don't want to stay here because the owner is just make an uncontrollable workplace. Well, not uncontrollable, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the owner is on some wild stuff, and I don't want to be associated with it in no sense of no fashion. Like, I don't want to be part of it in no way. And I can respect that. And just like anything, man, just like any job, like, if you had a job where you have like a union, right? Like, that union is representing you, right? So the company can go in there and just be like, man, fuck all these people. Nobody getting raises. I got to get my yacht fixed. You know what I'm saying? I got to get the new G7.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody getting raises or 10-cent raises for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why you got somebody with your voice in there that's saying like, wait a minute, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, we got people that need
Mm-hmm.
better health insurance. We got people that like these are our needs, you know what I'm saying, in order to keep doing your job successfully. You know what I'm saying? Like so having your voice, having somebody that you perceive to have your back in a meeting where there's not many of you allowed like at all. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
how could that be a bad? Like how could that possibly be a bad thing? Until it's a
Mm-hmm.
bad thing. You know what I'm
Right. You
saying?
remember
And don't get me
the
wrong, like
Clippers
I
owner?
ain't like go ahead.
I was just
Yeah,
saying. You
that's what I'm
remember
saying. Yeah,
the Clippers
yeah.
owner? Like I read Darius Miles. He had a
Donald
little
Sterling. Yeah,
documentary thing. Yeah. Darius Miles. You remember him? He played for the Cavs. He had this little
for the Cavs. Yeah,
article that I read on I think the Tribune, Players Tribune, something whatever. But anyways, he was talking about his first year when he played with the Clippers, and he said they didn't have a practice facility. They had to practice at a junior college, and you know, he was like, we in the middle of the hood, people pulling like players pulling up in $1 million cars and shit, and then I think he said they went to a away game in the Mavericks, and he seen how nice everything was for the players, and how they rolling in the in the airports, how the locker rooms look like. That's when he said he knew then like not every team is the same, like how they treat their players.
for sure,
Shit,
for sure.
like
So I
I
just,
mean it's all you in the NBA, but
oh, it
every
ain't the
team is
same.
a
No, not at
different,
all.
you know,
And
different
and that's what
workplace.
and that's what I'm saying. So in any, I mean, you can make it as general as you want to. Like in the government, we have representatives for each uh, district or whatever that's supposed to represent the people in that area, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
so, having somebody that's, I mean, and it's politics, so it do be corrupt, the same way business be corrupt sometimes. But the idea is that you have somebody that represents every corner of the country. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a concern about something, you're supposed to be able to reach out to your congressman. You're supposed to say, "Hey, like, we need X, Y, and Z. This is what we need in Cuyahoga County. This is what we need in this area, whatever." Like
Mm-hmm.
it's all just about having a voice in the room. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's all about having a voice in the room, man. Like, and don't get me wrong, like I know like Jay-Z didn't become the vice commissioner. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But at least they can, you know what I'm saying? If Gucci had a black dude in there, they probably wouldn't have came out with that sweater. You know what I'm saying? Like if these places and peoples and companies had somebody of color or somebody that represented a different segment of the people instead of all old white guys, then you would have like, and I'm including women in there and Asians and all that stuff, like different representation opposed to just having um old white guys that's making the decision for everybody. When you got everybody under your umbrella, like you
Mm-hmm.
have to, like, you have to be diverse. Like that's the whole point. That's the whole reason why the Donald Trump uh, the immigration thing. That's why it's such a hot topic because um, you gotta, like, in order to thrive as a country, as a company, as a whatever you want to have, you gotta have diversity of some sort. Like it can't be all like young black guys, or it can't be all old white guys, or it can't be all Jewish people, because then they only know the needs for Jewish people. Like they don't know the
Mm-hmm.
needs of a young black dude. They don't know the needs of a young white woman or an old white woman because they old Jewish people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like so people that's, like I said, hating before anything even happens is just ridiculous to me. Like, I just clearly don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean we still got time for the season start, and to see to see what he's trying to do, and then maybe we come back after after the Super Bowl and say, okay, I see what he was trying to do, or I didn't like what he did, this and that, and we'll figure it out. Like,
Yeah, and right, but to judge somebody before anything happens is just kind of crazy to me. Let me see. Angel said he doesn't want to risk any book sales. I'm assuming she's talking about Steve Harvey, and that's why he don't got no TV shows on TV no more. Uh, the mom said
like his audience for his books is women. Like, Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like this is why the world is crazy to me, dog. Like the world is crazy to me because people put so much stock into these people, into Steve Harvey, into Oprah, into just people, just regular old people, right? Like Steve Harvey writing books. Like Steve Harvey's a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Like, and I'm not saying that
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not a comedian, so I can give advice. Like, but people take this stuff to heart. Like Steve Harvey is a
Right.
comedian.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
even this show, like we giving our opinions about stuff. We ain't saying like, nigga, this has to be, nigga, relationships is this and this, and if it ain't this, then leave them. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
Steve Harvey, like you are a comedian that's been divorced. Like you know what I'm saying? Like come on, man.
Me too. Just
You
give
been
me
divorced too?
no.
I know, nigga. I was just joking.
Stop looking at me like I can't.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, Steve, like it's like Steve Harvey not certified. You know, he's not
to
certified for
give
that.
advice to people or mental health, yeah, or people like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Oprah should run for president. Nigga, Oprah's not a politician.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nigga, what are y'all talking about? Like, it's so mind-boggling to me. Like, nigga, what are y'all talking about right
But
now? Like, honestly, what are y'all talking about?
well, I guess people figure, well, if Donald Trump can become the
No,
president of the
look,
United States, anybody could do
no,
it.
no, no. I'm not saying that Oprah couldn't win. I'm not saying that The Rock couldn't win for president. I'm not saying that they couldn't win. What I'm saying is that don't mean you're gonna be good. Donald Trump won. That don't make him a good president. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, that's all I'm saying is that just because you can win, I wouldn't be a good president. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be hard to be worse than what we got now, but I don't know if I would make a great president or a good president for that matter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't understand it, man. People put so much stock in these people that is just people. Like just normal people, man. Just
Exactly.
normal people.
Oh man.
So I don't know. So back to the whole. I just like I said, everybody should give him a chance to figure out what he's gonna do. And like your mom said, maybe he did not have a conversation. He could have been a mediator. He could have been, and he might still be. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and so with Hov in this new position, like if Colin Kaepernick don't get a job, then that means Jay-Z failed. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tether them together. You know,
Right.
because that don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it all
Right.
starts with having representation in. Like, you have to get in the office, man. You got to get in the office.
Mm-hmm. All right. I mean,
Like,
just go with, let's say the Senate. Like everybody's 70, 80 years old. Like it's not representation for
these
what's
niggas
going
a
on today.
thousand years old.
They still in the
Yeah,
Make America Great Age
yeah.
era. So.
They've been in the Senate for 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make, like, so you ain't had a regular job. Like, you ain't been back to your district or whatever, the place where you're supposed to represent. Like, you're supposed to be, like, because you've been doing this for
Mm-hmm.
30 years. Like, when you watch, like, Senate hearings and stuff, people don't even
What?
show up. Like, nigga, just be a bunch of empty seats. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a bunch of empty seats, man. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that, you got to give that nigga a chance until he show that he ain't got it. Like, you got to give him a chance, man.
Mm-hmm.
And people that don't,
Mm-hmm.
like, they just foolish. And I could quote so many Jay-Z lines where he just talk about getting to a level where what do you say? He said they asked me, Hov, how high is high enough? He said until we eye to eye with the higher ups. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
now he eye to eye. Now he's in the office. Like, now he can
Mm-hmm.
say, like, okay, I think that's a bad idea. That don't mean that everything he say gonna come to fruition, but that's like, at
Mm-hmm.
least now they can be like, all right, well, maybe that is racist, or you know, like whatever the case is. Like, maybe we should be sensitive to this. Like,
Right.
I could
See,
quote so many Jay-Z quotes about this subject.
see. You know, somebody on the well, this is what I for her. Somebody on the outside looking in, they listen to his music and think this and this and that about him. But then when these people meet him and actually have a conversation with him, they're like,
We
damn,
like, whoa,
he
whoa.
way smarter than I, you know, like nigga, if you make raps like that, like not not stupid at all. Like you gotta have some type of intellect.
We're gonna change subject because your mom wants to. But I just got one more quote when Jay-Z was talking about he was
We
talking
ain't gonna
about
change subjects.
she wants to talk
It's
to
gonna be
Browns.
over with. It's gonna be over with. I don't want to talk about them niggas
Man,
preseason.
you got 5 minutes to talk about the Browns. So
The Browns. We'll see
so
what
we
happens with
2-0
week
in
one. I don't know.
preseason, and that's it. That's all we got to report.
Like, yeah, it ain't that. Like, it
2-0
ain't
in
that to talk
preseason.
about. Like, game one, like for the Ravens looking fucking great. The Steelers is gonna be the same. You know what I'm saying? And the Bengals is trash. So we got at least 2 wins in the division. But
That
the other four, you know, they's up in the air. I think especially the Steelers gonna be a test, but the Ravens is really gonna be that test, especially on the away game because they're gonna be hyped that
yeah.
the team is actually good now.
Lamar Jackson looked incredible out there. He was running the ball though. You gonna have to force him to throw the ball. That's all. That's the only thing you can do for the Ravens. You got to force him to throw the ball. But I think, and like I said, it's only 2 preseason games, and none of our star players played. None of our star wide receivers
Mm-hmm.
played. But
They probably won't play until week one.
when we get
It's
on
like
that field
you
though,
can't risk them.
dog,
A big part of the
yeah,
offense. You can't
especially not
keep them hurt.
Odell. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and they said Odell got a hip injury. I don't think that's true. I think they just like
Capping,
you ain't
all
playing in the
cap,
preseason. Yeah,
all
yeah, you
cap.
ain't playing in preseason. Don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, you got a hip
Mm-hmm.
injury, but he did individual drills. Like, you got a hip injury, you ain't
Mm-hmm.
doing nothing. You riding the bike all day. So, I think
All
that's
cap.
just trash or whatever. But we'll
Yeah,
figure it out though. But
because
we're
they
gonna
know
cut
if
this one
Landry get
short. Well,
hurt,
not short, but
yeah, they know if Landry get hurt, it's gonna fuck up their offense. If Odell get hurt, it's gonna fuck up their offense. Because they need both of them to be unstoppable.
it,
Like it's gonna be hard,
it,
hard as fuck.
especially when Callaway is gonna be suspended for 4 games. Like, so
You
you're
still
gonna
got Higgins though.
need. No, that's what I'm saying. But if let's say Odell get hurt, now that just leave Jarvis and then Jarvis and Hollywood with no third string because what you call him suspended for 4 because Callaway
Hey,
suspended for 4 games.
whoever number 10 is, he's stepping up. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he was on the team last year. He was like fifth or fifth string. He ain't playing much, but
Mm-hmm.
Willie, Derek Willies or whatever. But good player, young guy, but he ain't got no special. He a solid all around wide receiver, and he showing up against preseason game against number 2s and 3s. I like
Mm-hmm.
Derek Willies, but he don't got the speed of Callaway. He don't got the size of Higgins. Like he a solid wide receiver, but he don't got no
Mm-hmm.
specialty set. You know what I'm saying?
He'll get a
And I
lot of
think we're
he'll
gonna
get a
need
lot
that.
of 1-on-ones. Hopefully, get like a 1-on-one with like a linebacker, something like that.
You
Might
better
get
line that
open.
nigga up. You better line him outside and put Jarvis Landry on a linebacker or dime cornerback or something.
Like that.
That's your best bet.
That's like if they do that, that's a 30-yard game, maybe a touchdown, easy.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the Browns. The third game is usually the one for next week, or this upcoming week rather. That's the one that you kind of get your dress rehearsal. The star wide receivers probably won't play, but you get number 6 out there for a little bit longer. So that should be then you can kind of be excited because then we only a week away from the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I'm just ready to get it going. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie. I'm ready to start it up.
I already got my orange hoodie. It's gonna be exclusive one-on-one epiphany joint. The dad hat is coming soon. Hey, I'm ready for the season.
All right, man. So we're gonna get out of here. This nigga gotta eat dinner because he's a little kid. He got
Sorry.
dinner times and stuff. He got to come in for supper. But thanks for joining us as always. I haven't uploaded the last couple shows just because it's kind of been on the cell phone, but I feel like this was a pretty good one, so I'll upload this one to the other platforms. Be sure to check out the pictures from the event. Be sure to check out the pictures from us passing out book bags yesterday. And anything else y'all need, messages. Definitely.
Check out the store too.
Yeah, check out the store. Absolutely. Teespring.com/epiphany, or the link is on our profile. Anything else y'all need or want to give us show ideas or even charity events that we were talking about last week, y'all want to throw, let's go ahead and do that. And we'll talk to y'all next week. Soon we'll get back together once this dude is not limping all around and have a normal show with good production value and lights and good cameras and all that stuff.
Right. So, as always, remember to own your own.
Have a blessed week, you too. Your mom said I know it's preseason, however, it's a new team in town. That's true. Man, you have a blessed week. Be safe in that bank out there. Angel, you be safe too. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. And salute to the city as y'all see the hat. Beat New York out here. But yeah, man, that's it. We'll catch y'all next week. Same time, probably. No, that's fine. All right, we out of here.
All right.